The Model 19 Snubby. K-frame, 357 Magnum, original wood grips, round butt. You just can't get better than this. As far as little snubbies go, well, this is definitely quite a sizable snubby, you could say. Definitely not an ankle piece or anything like that, but you got the adjustable sights. That is different from the Model 10 the snub that we have shown many times on the channel, but this one does have the adjustable rear sight and of course a larger front sight. And look at that extra slab of steel on top of the barrel. Can't deny that. You know, there's a lot of really cool stuff out there, but I tell you, when you start looking at quality things and things that are pretty much like a work of art, like this one here, this 19-3, I believe this would have been definitely entering the towards the end, the last phases of the pin and recess. I think they quit doing that right around the -5 or the later part of the 4. So yeah, it does have the pin barrel right there. You can see that, and of course those countersunk cylinder, yep, that we all love. And of course those original grips. When I saw this thing at a table, I asked the guy, I said, you know, because he didn't have the original grips on it, he had something else on there. I made him put the original grips on there, and of course, you know, then we negotiated the price. This is one of those moments where I put the cash in his hand, and it was hard for him to say no. But no, you know, I do shoot this thing. I do take it out and definitely enjoy it, because that is what it's for. And you can see the you know, that exposed hammer, firing pin located on it, and you can see that it's got a pretty substantial turn ring. That I've actually am the one that kind of did that, because I shot it quite a bit. You can see also the wear on the injector rod right there. Those are indications that its use. Yes. Let's see in here too. Another thing too to check for with these things is when you open up the cylinder, I pull this latch back here, and what I'm doing is pretty much just doing that. And also by doing that, you can also work the action if you want to. But what I'm looking for when I do that, I pull this back, I'm looking for any kind of damage, and it's going to occur on this side of the frame where the latch goes in there. It's going to be on that side. And what I'm looking for is any kind of gouging. The gouging could indicate that the person started pushing on the cylinder before it was fully pushed open, and it's causing this pin to kind of override and do some gouging right there on this side of the hole in the frame. And there, that's a indication there that it could, you know. So I've seen some where they're pretty bad, and the other area I check is obviously the forcing cone. I want to make sure that we don't have any kind of stress fractures or anything like that going on there, or it's not chewed out or anything, which can happen. So I always kind of try to close these things up by the crane here and rotate them back the way they're supposed to go. Now, if you go the other direction, now Smiths go counterclockwise, go the other direction, you've got the lockup lead-in going the opposite and not actually going up the ramp here. You see, you can inspect all the little locking lugs on the cylinder, see if there's any kind of gouging, and then the space between the crane and the frame, making sure there's no gap there, which usually is caused by somebody slamming the cylinder shut, which is really terrible to do. But anyway, I figured you'd want to see this thing close up in its glory. The Model 19-2, the Snubby. We can never get enough of seeing these things, can we?